Okay, can we document the fit real quick? I feel like I'm gonna die right now. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I'm like really hot all of a sudden. The fit right now is crazy though. And also this shirt, this is from a vintage store in New Zealand. Why do I feel like I'm gonna die? This is from a vintage store in New Zealand. Got this on tour. Oh my goodness, I'm tired. Woof. Christmas. Okay, we love the music in here right now. This thrift store is rocks. But I have like a lot going on right now. I've got YouTube going on, I'm talking. Anyway, I used to have this exact hat and it's so freaking cool. Oh my goodness. How hard is that? It's like a fleece hat, I love it. This is trippy. I thought this 7-Eleven was open behind this boarded up thing. I don't know what's going on in there. Maybe someone tried to break in and I was like, oh, it's still open. That was weird. There's a vibe in here. Look at that painting. Wow. What an interesting day. Yesterday was Sunday and I like forgot how messed up I usually feel after a show. Like messed up. And yeah, I was down for the count. It's really interesting how like in a normal day I can like stay up all night and whatever, but a show night, it's like it just destroys me. But yeah, today's been really interesting. It's like been like kind of warmer than when I first got here. Like everything too has kind of like been breaking. Like everything's like been breaking off. Things that's like attached to me, like just busting, you know? And my umbrella too, like I was walking and it just like snapped, so you know that something's moving. That's usually what happens. Like when I was staying in the hostel and I like broke a plate and I was like, oh shit, everything is shattering around me again. That totally literally happens all the time. But yeah, and I almost went into that broken down 7-Eleven. So yeah, we'll see what's going to unfold. Very exciting. This is so cute. They have all these little poems and quotes. A thick skin is a gift from God. What's this? I want my sun-drenched, windswept Ingrid Bergman kiss not in the next life. I want it in this. Unperformed music is like a cake in the oven, not fully baked. Facts. I have made your sacrifice. I have prepared a smoke for you. Let's get married, hold hands, walk in the park, and get a cat as long as it barks. I love this. When actors begin to think it is time for a change. Facts. I can see a rainbow calling me through your mystery, my sweet waterfall. Jimi Hendrix. I love this. Remember, in shallow water, the shrimp is king. I love this one. Mine is a proud village, such as it is. We are at our best when dancing. Wow, that's so cute. We all live under the same sun. Woohoo! I like this part. You've just got to throw yourself out there and experience the world in all of its craziness. We back downtown. We back at the same sun. And I just wanted to do an update. I'm like so at peace. I'm just like in my like peaceful, slow walking mode, wearing my slippers in the street, loving it, listening to music. It stopped raining. Just feeling like, so comfortable. And it's amazing because I was in the Cambie because I stayed there because it was close to the show. And I thought, okay, why not? Let's, change it up. Coming back here, it's just like, boom. The floodgates open back up and I feel all of my creativity come back online, And like, I really like this area and I just vibe with it. But anyway, it's so incredible how when you feel safe and comfortable that everything comes back online. And, the reality is that a lot of people aren't feeling safe and comfortable all the time. They live in fight or flight. They live in fear mode. They're doing things that they don't want to do day in and day out. How are you supposed to, be in your creative zone, and be in your flow, right? So anyway, you can utilize your will to muscle that up, but if you're in a state constantly that is kind of working against you, it can be very challenging. That's how I was feeling when I was when I was living in New York. It was kind of like came to a point where it was taking all of my energy to sustain base level, ground zero, because there were aspects of that environment that did not make me feel safe. And whether or not it was like, oh, it's just not the place for me anymore and that can be it, or just something is unaligned, whatever. Everyone has their own recipe for what works for them the most. But anyway, I'm just really grateful to be here and just have that feeling open up again, because like for me too, like, and not to go on a big rant, I don't know if I talked about this before, but because of that, and I'm sure many people can relate to this, it was very much to the point where, okay, touring every weekend, doing shows, blah, 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 but the external pressure and everything, and the whatever that was built up around it, it was unsustainable and became so that I was unable to create, So anyway, it just comes back to the balance of the natural in and out, maintaining that equilibrium. So anyway, we were pleased, and I think I am going to go lurk in Valley Village just for fun and listen to some music and just like relax a little bit, because it has been, I can't believe I've been here for 2 months. It feels like it's been a long ass time. We all know it's just one day. It's one moment. But it's been really interesting and really fun. Beautiful time on the island too. But yeah, just ready to relax and like, yeah, again, I'm just like, okay, man, now I can just stay up all night and edit. I gotta edit some stuff. I have songs I have to write. I have drawings I want to draw, like you just feel that come online. So, and it's really just all about like, being in that place where you feel stable inside enough to do so, because it doesn't matter about like what's going on in the outside. Sometimes I'm in like the perfect, I was thinking this at the Canby, here I go going on a rant again, or on a talk when I said I wasn't going to talk. I was thinking about this at the Canby last night, right? I had my own room, which was really nice, and every now and then like someone doesn't check in, whatever. So anyway, I had my own room, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And it was so wonderful to just like not have to worry about anyone else in my room. But that being said, it reminded me of like, times that I've been in my own like room that I've had, or my own apartment or something like that. But something for me, kind of didn't sit right anyway. So it's still like that channel of me feeling safe to create and safe in my own self was still kind of blocked. So anyway, it's funny how then you move into like a room of like 6 to 8 people, and I'm just like feeling really comfortable. So anyway, that's why I just like to try all the things and see what works for you the most, because your lifestyle is part of your, like the way you move, that's part of your everything, and I realized for me, maybe it doesn't work to lock myself up in a room and have the intention to do things all day, like, and it's nice because like when I was in the Bon Maman, like the house that I moved into for like 3 weeks, and then decided that was not for me. I had all this, I had space, and there were a couple things, whatever, but at the end of the day, there's always going to be something, so might as well choose what is your priority. What I mean? Like for me, sometimes, well, it's funny because like here in the hostel, it's like I have kind of less privacy in a way, right? Like there's other people in the room, but then like in that house there was no one in my room, but I felt like I had less privacy. There was like a hole in my door. Anyway, so it doesn't matter. All I'm getting at is that it doesn't matter how things looks on the outside. It matters how it feels on the inside, and if that allows you to, or if that feels good for you to be, you know, moving in the highest form that you can be moving in. And I said this in my video before that said, just show me the truth, you know. Remove from me things that are not aligned. Allow me to move in the highest possible way that I need to, you know, for the highest good of all. Wanna be the papa, you can be. Hello, look at this. Holy, that is magnificent. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna go in here, but like, does that not look like my fit right there? Like, I feel like that fit was made for me. Wow. Anyway, you know, going back to what I was talking about before, it's not even just about like, you know, houses and stuff like that. It just comes to like, you know, really honing in on what move is going to be the best for you, even when literally everything looks on the outside like, okay, there's something different you should do. Because I've been in many positions this year where I've had to choose, like, you know, many times where I don't know what I'm saying that night. I don't know this, I don't know that, blah, blah, blah. And the couple times, well, a lot of times, you know, that I've been like, okay, and do something even though I know it's not. I know deep down that it's not the move. Guess what? I've paid for it in some capacity. So it's just like, if everything's gonna even out and you're gonna pay for it in some capacity, choose the one you really want. And I'm not talking about the one you really want in terms of like, you know, selfish desire, small s. I'm talking about the one that sits the best with your highest integrity to do your work in the world, no matter what that looks like, you know? It has some really cool stuff in the rock shop. I just like going and getting the vibe. I was like, I'm not ready to commit to anything right now. But now we're gonna go see if we can find some crayons. Yeah, the thing I like about being down here is like, and in Victoria I was kind of having a time with this, but like when things closes at like 5 p.m. It doesn't really work for me. There's like a gang of inflatable Christmas people over there. I love that. It's like the Teletubbies that I saw on Halloween. Anyway, here we are. Look at me. Looking kind of like a, what are those guys? Oompa Loompa, but pink. Yeah, it's been a weird day. But I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to do my hair like this. And I don't think I ever have, or at least not to this capacity, or having a little bit of blonde left too. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Holy heck. So yeah, it's actually not raining, and which is really nice. Honestly, the fit is super cute right now, and I'm like matching my guitar case. I got the cowboy boots on, got some sweatpants on. It's giving like clown monster high. Yeah. Oh, anyway, it's been interesting. I'm feeling like good, but like really weird. I just feel like so much happens for me in a short amount of time, and I shift so much in a short amount, like in 2 minutes, you know what I mean? So then I feel like uncomfortable posting the old videos, but I guess it doesn't fucking matter anyway. I guess it's just like, what are you trying to bring forth? Which maybe is what I have to decide. It's really fun to be back in like the same sun, but I'm also like, what's going on? Like, I don't know. It's just like I really want my own place, you know? It would be great. I think I would really enjoy having my own house. You know, I really do think about the times that I have, and how wonderful it's been. But yeah, again, it's just one of those things that I'm not really willing to settle on it until it's a good one. But that's why I've just let it all go again, because yeah, even when you think you know what the fuck's going on, you know you don't. And the only thing that I, am just still ever trying to do is just make music and work on art and dance and whatever. So yeah, it's really weird. I feel like, when like you're in like kind of flow state and you're just flowing and everything is, time flies when you're having fun kind of thing, and you're just like, whoa, you kind of be out of your body. Like, I just kind of feel like I've been feeling like that, but like in a different way. Like, I'm like, whoa, where have I been? I don't know. And it's not like not present, but it's just, I don't know, it's really interesting. Maybe I'm just ungrounded. I really don't know. I feel strange. It's like I'm just like, it's like a blackout, but like not. I don't know. Like I'm there, but I don't know. I feel like most of my experience with my guitar has literally been like me playing outside. I feel like it's the way that I've done it that it looks like an Oompa Loompa. No, it looks cute in real life. Anyway. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be nice to play inside at some point and not have freezing cold fingers. But yeah, it's usually because like, I just have to like go somewhere or whatever, so I'm not like being annoying inside or whatever. But yeah, when people play different types of instruments, I'm always like, how the heck do they practice their instrument? Like, where do these people live? Like in their own house with like a basement or something? I don't know. It was funny, I painted my nails like this blue color, but originally I had envisioned like a purple, and then after I did my hair, they turned to the exact color that I envisioned, because I did see a purple in the store, but it was not correct. And then I was like, oh my goodness, they turned exactly how I had envisioned. But yeah, anyway, I like playing outside, but yeah, it's just like, whoa, sometimes when you play inside, it's like so comfy and relaxing. But I kind of feel like too, that's like, how I've talked about like for practicing for lyrics and like rapping and singing and whatever, like doing it when you're like biking or the other day I posted that picture of me doing push-ups and singing, but that sort of thing. So like then when you go somewhere else, it's easier. But anyway, I like being in the fresh air. And that's really what I like about it too, is that I can bring it anywhere. And that's what I don't like about being on my computer and stuff. It doesn't last very long because I just don't like sitting inside on my computer. So yeah. Really happy with my progress lately, and I don't know what shifted, but it's really awesome. And I think I said this, but anyway, I feel like the learning curve with guitar and the learning curve with production are so different. I feel like it took me years to even feel minorly confident with production. Yeah, I don't know, that's crazy. It's just different, I think. I don't know. It just feels very different. I also think with production, there's like a lot of, in the beginning especially, there was like, oh, it should sound like this. So there was a lot of like, this is the standard. And like, as much as I want things to sound good, I feel like I also like sometimes think that takes the life and the vibe out of things. I don't know. I think that's why like I really resonate with like black metal and like that type of thing, and you can probably hear that in a lot of my recordings and stuff like that. Like they're very raw, and a lot of things like I don't try to do too much to it. Yeah, I don't know, sometimes it's squash the vibe. But okay, high key though, like maybe like, I don't know when this was, like a year ago, I don't know, some time ago, I was lurking on Craigslist, because this is before I was like, I'm gonna move to New Orleans. This is like before I was like, I'm gonna move to New Orleans for the second time. And I literally found this apartment that was like, or it was like a house, I guess. It was like a studio. And it was so perfect. It literally had like one of those like Persian rugs and like a guitar in it, and like this little studio setup. and a little dock down to the water. It was like in the bayou, and it was like across the lake, so like I knew where it was. It was like not that far. Anyway, it was like $1,000 a month, which is like nothing. And I'm like, dang. But it was like way, like, I mean, it wasn't like way out, but it was like out enough where it's like, okay, if you're there, you're there. But yeah, that was so cool. Yeah, I have like a couple different places in my mind, but I like have this vision of like my perfect spot. Anyway, too, today I was like, had Gus in my bag. Oh, there's rats. Hi, rats. Oh, I scared him away. I had Gus in my bag, and like I saw this frog in my mind, and I feel like Gus is like a real, and he is, but like I feel like I'm seeing frogs. I don't know. There's something about frogs is coming. And then I was thinking how I used to go swimming in the pool in Costa Rica. Go out at night and just be swimming in the pool, and it would be full of frogs. All the frogs would be in there croaking, and they made the most incredible frog symphony at night. They'd all be growl, growl, growl. Like you've never heard anything like it. It was amazing. But yeah, perhaps something is unfolding. We'll see. So I think that probably it works the same with instruments and stuff like that, because I think just songs in general, they just stay with you. Because sometimes I'm like, how am I gonna write it down? When I was younger, I used to literally like know how to write music with notes, and I would like write down the music notes so I wouldn't forget my songs. I remember doing that when I was like in grade 4. But now I'm just like, whatever. I feel like if it's your song, you're gonna remember it. And that's just the way it is. Because like even like lyrics and stuff like that, it's like you just can't forget them. I mean, you can, but you know what I mean. Like the bulk of it, it's like they just come out, and that's the song. That's the way it's worked for all of mine anyway. Maybe even the ones that's never been released, like you still sing it, I still sing them, you know? That's cool. I stepped in dog poo. Okay, this pub actually looks really cool. I saw them having music one night. Oh, it's very pretty actually, but yo, look at Santa. Santa be drinking Guinness like that, honestly? I think he does.